Every animal is born into a world that has already begun to shape it before it learns to run, fly, swim, hide, or hunt. The land around it has set the first conditions of its life. The air may be cold, dry, humid, or thin. The ground may be soft with moss, open with grass, hard with stone, or hidden beneath snow. Food may grow from the soil, move through the trees, drift in water, or appear only during a short season. Shelter may be found in a burrow, a hollow trunk, a cliff ledge, a reef, a patch of reeds, or the dense shadow of leaves. This is the meaning of a habitat. A habitat is often described as a home, but in nature, a home is far more than a place to rest. It is a complete living setting. It includes temperature, water, light, soil, plants, prey, predators, shelter, and the rhythm of the seasons. It is the place where an animal's body and behavior begin to make sense. A bird is not shaped by wings alone. It is shaped by the trees where it nests, the winds it uses, the insects or small animals it feeds on, and the safe corners where its young can survive. A mammal is not only a body moving across the ground, it belongs to the trails it follows, the plants it eats, the dens it enters, the dangers it avoids, and the seasons that decide when food is rich or scarce. Even a small flower in a meadow is not just a bright detail. It is a source of food, a signal of the season, a landing place for insects, and one small part of a much larger web of life. To understand an animal, we must look at the world around it. The thickness of fur may reveal cold winters. Long legs may speak of open ground and the need for speed. Sharp claws may suggest climbing, digging, or hunting. Webbed feet point toward water. A pale coat may hide an animal in snow. A brown coat may disappear against bark, soil, or grass. Nature is filled with clues, and many of them lead back to habitat. Across Earth, habitats form a vast mosaic. Oceans cover most of the planet, shaping climate and carrying life through currents, tides, and depths. Land rises from this blue world in continents and islands, each one changed by wind, rain, rivers, mountains, ice, heat, and time. From these forces come forests, grasslands, wetlands, deserts, coasts, mountains, polar regions, lakes, rivers, and reefs. Each one offers a different way to survive. A rainforest rewards climbing, hiding, calling, and living among layers of leaves. A grassland rewards speed, alertness, and the ability to feed in the open. A desert rewards patience, water saving, and activity at the right time of day. A wetland rewards balance between land and water. A coral reef rewards color, precision, shelter, and constant movement. No habitat is simply scenery. Each one is a set of rules. Some habitats are enormous. A forest can stretch across a horizon. A grassland can seem to roll forever beneath the sky. An ocean can cover distances no land animal could imagine. Other habitats are small and hidden. A fallen log can become a world of insects, fungi, amphibians, and tiny mammals. A tide pool can hold a miniature community between one wave and the next. A crack in a rock can protect a plant from wind. A burrow can hold warmth beneath a frozen surface. Life does not need a grand stage. It needs the right conditions. Scientists often group habitats into larger ecological regions. These regions are shaped by climate, landforms, rainfall, altitude, soil, and vegetation. Within one region, many small habitats may exist side by side. A single mountain range can hold forests, meadows, rocky slopes, streams, cliffs, snowfields, and sheltered valleys. To human eyes, it may look like one landscape. To wildlife, it is many different worlds. Mountains show this especially well. From a distance, a mountain may seem like one solid mass of stone and snow. It appears still, ancient, and unchanging. Yet for plants and animals, a mountain is not one habitat. It is a staircase of habitats rising from lower forests into open meadows, then into rock, ice, and thin air. With each climb in elevation, the rules change. The air cools, the growing season shortens, soil becomes thinner, wind becomes stronger, trees become smaller, then disappear. In a mountain region such as the Alps, this change is clear. Lower slopes may support montane forests where trees create shade, shelter, food, and nesting places. Their roots hold soil against rain and melting snow. Fallen leaves and dead wood feed fungi, insects, and tiny organisms in the ground. Birds move through the branches. Small mammals search among roots and leaf litter. Predators follow the hidden movement of prey. The forest is not only a group of trees, it is a layered habitat built from canopy, trunk, shadow, root, and soil. Higher up, the forest begins to thin. Trees grow shorter and more scattered. Snow stays longer. The warm season becomes brief. Eventually, the woodland gives way to alpine meadows. In summer, these meadows can appear gentle, grasses moving in the wind, flowers bright against the slopes, insects passing between blooms. Yet this beauty is shaped by urgency. The season of growth is short. Plants must bloom and set seed quickly. Animals must feed while food is available. The meadow is peaceful to look at, but every living thing there is working against time. This is where a marmot belongs. It feeds on grasses and alpine plants while the warm months last. It watches the open slope for danger. It uses burrows as shelter from weather and predators. Its life follows the pulse of the mountain. Emerge, feed, store energy, retreat. When winter covers the meadow, survival depends on what was gathered during the brief season of abundance. Above the meadow, the habitat changes again. Soil becomes scarce. Rocks and loose stones dominate the slopes. Plants grow low and tough. finding small pockets of earth between stones. Insects hide in cracks. Birds may use cliffs and open air. A predator may watch from above, relying on sharp vision and patience. To the eye, this upper world may seem almost empty, yet life is still there, reduced to precise forms that can endure cold, wind, and exposure. This is the lesson of mountain habitats. Place changes life. A forest animal may not belong in an alpine meadow. A meadow animal may not survive on a rocky slope. A plant that thrives in damp soil below may fail in thin, dry ground above. Each habitat selects for different strengths: shelter in one place, speed in another, patience in another, endurance in another. And this is only the beginning, because a habitat is not just where life exists, it is where life connects. A habitat becomes truly alive when its connections begin to appear. At first, a meadow may look simple: grass, flowers, stones, wind, and a few animals moving through the open ground. A forest may seem like trees and shade. A rocky slope may seem almost empty, but nature rarely works in separate pieces. Every plant, insect, bird, mammal, fungus, and hidden organism is part of a larger exchange. Food moves through the system. Nutrients return to the soil. Shelter is created. Danger shapes behavior. Life passes energy from one form to another. This is what a food chain begins to reveal. A food chain is one way of seeing how energy travels through a habitat. It often begins with plants, because plants can capture sunlight and turn it into leaves, roots, stems, flowers, and seeds. Herbivores feed on those plants. Predators may feed on the herbivores. When living things die, decomposers break them down, returning nutrients to the ground so new plants can grow. In an alpine meadow, this chain may begin with something as small as a flower. A dandelion or another meadow plant takes sunlight, water, and minerals from the soil, then turns them into living tissue. Its leaves may feed grazing animals. Its flowers may attract insects. Its seeds may travel on wind or fur. It looks delicate, but it is doing one of the most important jobs on Earth, bringing energy into the living world. A marmot feeding among the grasses carries that energy forward. The plant becomes movement, warmth, body mass, stored fat, and survival. During the short alpine summer, the marmot must feed well enough to prepare for the cold months ahead. It is not simply eating, it is gathering the season into its body. But the marmot is not the end of the chain. It may become prey for a bird or mammal that hunts across the mountain slopes. A predator depends on the herbivore depends on the plants depend on sunlight, soil, water, and the short window of warmth. When any living thing dies, decomposers begin their quiet work. What was once leaf, feather, fur, bone, or wood is gradually returned to the habitat. Nothing is wasted for long. In books, food chains may look like straight lines. In the real world, they are almost like webs. One flower may feed insects, grazing mammals, and seed-eating birds. One insect may feed many kinds of birds, reptiles, or small mammals. One predator may hunt several types of prey. A fallen tree in a forest may support beetles, fungi, moss, nesting birds, and small mammals all at once. Life does not move in one clean direction. It branches, circles, and returns. This is why a habitat is more than a place. It is a network. A forest is not only trees, it is leaves catching light, roots holding soil, fungi breaking down wood, insects feeding birds, birds spreading seeds, mammals creating trails, and predators moving through the shadows. A meadow is not only grass, it is flowers, pollinators, burrows, grazers, watchful eyes, open sky, and a brief season of growth. A rocky slope is not empty just because it has little greenery. It may hold low plants, hidden insects, nesting sites, and escape routes between stones. The more varied a habitat is, the more kinds of life it can support. This is part of biodiversity. Biodiversity does not only mean having many species, it also means having many roles, many relationships, many forms of shelter, and many ways for life to continue. A mountain region with forests, meadows, streams, cliffs, and rocky slopes can support more kinds of creatures because it offers more than one way to survive. Some species are specialists. They are adapted to a narrow set of conditions. A specialist may depend on one kind of food, one kind of shelter, one climate, or one breeding place. In a stable habitat, this can be a powerful advantage. The animal fits its world with great precision. Its body and behavior seem tuned to one particular way of life. But that precision can become fragile. If the habitat changes too quickly, a specialist may have few choices. If its food disappears, if its nesting place is lost, if the season shifts, or if the climate changes beyond its limits, it may struggle to move elsewhere. Its strength was built for one world. When that world changes, the same strength can become a trap. Other species are generalists. They can eat different foods, use different shelters, and survive in a wider range of conditions. They may cope better when one food source becomes scarce or when one landscape changes. This flexibility gives them options. It does not make them invincible, but it can make them more resilient. Together, specialists and generalists show how deeply life is tied to habitat. Some creatures survive by fitting one place almost perfectly. Others survive by moving through many places with less precision and more flexibility. Both strategies are shaped by the same question: what does this environment demand? This is why habitat loss is never just the loss of scenery. When a forest is damaged, it is not only trees that disappear. Shade changes, soil may dry or wash away, insects lose food, birds lose nesting places, small mammals lose cover. Predators lose hunting grounds. Fungi lose the dead wood and roots they depend on. Streams nearby may warm or fill with sediment. One change can travel through the whole system. When a meadow changes, flowers, pollinators, grazers, burrowing animals, and predators may all feel the effect. When a wetland dries, animals that depend on shallow water, reeds, mud, fish, insects, and nesting sites may vanish from the area. When a reef is damaged, shelter disappears for countless small creatures, and the animals that depend on them are affected in turn. A habitat holds relationships. Disturb the place, and the relationships begin to tremble. Healthy habitats do the opposite. They support life in ways that are often quiet and easy to miss. Roots hold soil, plants feed herbivores, flowers support insects, insects feed birds, burrows change the ground, decomposers return dead matter to fertility, predators help shape the movement and numbers of prey. Even decay becomes part of renewal. In nature, endings are often folded back into beginnings. A fallen leaf becomes soil. Soil feeds roots. Roots feed leaves. Leaves feed insects. Insects feed birds. Birds carry seeds. Seeds become new plants. The system is never still. It is always growing, breaking down, moving, and rebuilding. This is the quiet power of habitats. They are not static backgrounds. They are living processes changing with seasons, weather, birth, death, migration, and time. A forest renews itself through falling leaves and young seedlings. A meadow disappears beneath snow and returns with flowers. A rocky slope seems motionless, yet frost, rain, roots, and gravity slowly reshape it. Even the most stable-looking landscape is in motion. For animals, survival means living with that motion. Some migrate when conditions change. Some sleep through the hardest season. Some store food. Some change coats. Some retreat underground. Some climb higher or lower as temperature and food shift. Some breed only when resources are abundant. Their behavior is not random. It is tied to the rhythm of the habitat around them. The first lesson of animal habitats is simple but deep. Every creature belongs somewhere, not in a sentimental sense, but in a biological one. Its body makes sense because of a place. Its behavior makes sense because of a place. Its dangers, foods, shelters, and season are written into the landscape that holds it. A marmot is not only a marmot. It is alpine grass, short summer, burrowed earth, watchful silence, stored fat, and winter sleep. An owl is not only a predator. It is darkness, feathers, hearing, trees, cliffs, and the movement of prey. A flower is not only color. It is sunlight captured, energy offered, seed carried, and soil renewed. A mountain is not only stone. It is a vertical map of life. Across Earth, this pattern repeats in endless forms. Forests build layered worlds beneath green canopies. Grasslands open themselves to wind, hooves, and distant horizons. Deserts test life with heat, cold, and thirst. Polar regions compress survival into brief seasons of light. Rivers, lakes, mangroves, reefs, and oceans carry life through water, current, salt, depth, and tide. Every habitat has its own rules. Every animal lives by them in a different way. And as this journey continues, the next world to enter is one of the richest habitats on the planet, the forest, where leaves catch sunlight, roots bind the ground, and life builds an entire city beneath the green. A forest is never just a collection of trees. It is a living city built from sunlight, wood, soil, water, decay, and time. Its towers are trunks, its roofs are leaves, its roads are branches, roots, animal trails, and hidden tunnels beneath the ground. Its citizens are birds, insects, fungi, mammals, reptiles, amphibians, mosses, seeds, and countless tiny organisms that work in silence where no eye can follow. From the outside, a forest may seem still, but inside, everything is moving. Leaves turn toward light, roots search through soil, fungi break down fallen wood, insects carve passages under bark, birds carry seeds, small mammals bury food, rainwater slides down trunks, gathers in roots, and sinks into the ground. Even when nothing dramatic seems to happen, the forest is working. This is why forests are often called the lungs of the planet. They take in carbon dioxide, release oxygen, store carbon in wood and soil, hold water, cool the air beneath their canopies, and protect the ground from erosion. Yet the image of lungs is only part of the story. A forest does not simply breathe. It shelters, feeds, recycles, remembers, and rebuilds. Every forest is made in layers. At the top, the canopy catches sunlight before it reaches the ground. The green roof controls how much light, heat, and rain enter the lower world. Beneath it, smaller trees and young saplings wait for gaps. Shrubs, ferns, grasses, and mosses fill the dimmer spaces. On the forest floor, dead leaves and fallen branches become the beginning of new soil. Below that, roots and fungi form one of the most important hidden networks in nature. A single tree can hold an entire community. Birds may nest in its branches. Insects may feed on its leaves or live beneath its bark. Moss and lichen may cling to its surface. Fungi may connect with its roots. When the tree dies, it does not leave the forest. It becomes part of another stage. A dead trunk can shelter beetles, woodpeckers, small mammals, and fungi for years. Slowly, it softens, breaks, and returns to the soil that will feed another generation of trees. In a forest, death is not an ending, it is a transfer. Forests grow in different ways because climate shapes them. Temperature, rainfall, soil, altitude, and season decide what kind of trees can dominate and what kinds of animals can live among them. Some forests endure freezing winters and short summers. Some remain green through cool, wet months. Some change color with the seasons. Some survive dry heat. Some rise in the tropics where warmth and moisture allow life to climb into every available space. In the far north, the boreal forest stretches across cold regions where winter rules much of the year. This is a forest of endurance. Snow may cover the ground for months. Rivers and lakes may freeze. The sun may remain low for long periods. The growing season is short, and every living thing must use it carefully. The trees here are often conifers, spruce, fir, pine, and larch. Their narrow needles help reduce water loss and resist freezing. Their cone-like shapes help snow slide away from the branches instead of piling up too heavily. Their dark green leaves can absorb sunlight quickly when warmer days return. These are not delicate trees. They are built for cold, wind, poor soil, and patience. At first glance, the boreal forest can seem quiet compared with richer, warmer forests. Its colors may be simple: dark green trees, white snow, gray bark, brown needles, black water, pale lichen. But beneath this restraint is a powerful habitat. In summer, insects emerge in huge numbers. Birds arrive to nest and feed. Mammals move through forest edges, wetlands, and open patches. Beneath winter snow, small animals may tunnel through a hidden world insulated from the coldest air above. Life in the boreal forest often depends on timing. Small animals migrate before winter deepens. Others grow thick coats. Some store food. Some reduce activity and move only when necessary. The forest teaches survival through conservation. Here, abundance is brief. Endurance is the real skill. Farther south, and in regions where moisture and cool air remain strong, temperate coniferous forests create another kind of world. These forests are often shadowed, quiet, and green through much of the year. Tall trunks rise closely together. Needles soften the ground. Mosses cover fallen logs. Fungi appear after rain. The air may feel cool even when the surrounding land is warmer. Coniferous trees carry the forest through seasons without losing all of their leaves at once. Because many keep their needles year-round, they can begin using light whenever conditions are favorable. Their seeds are often protected in cones, waiting for dryness, warmth, or the right seasonal moment to open. A cone may look simple, but it is a small chamber holding the forest's future. Animals use these forests vertically. Birds search branches and trunks for insects. Squirrels feed on seeds, cones, fungi, and stored food. Owls hunt through dim spaces between trees. Insects live under bark, in fallen logs, and among roots. A standing dead tree can be as important as a living one, offering nest holes, food, and shelter. The forest is filled with slow transformations. Living wood becoming dead wood becoming soil, soil feeding roots, roots feeding the next rise of green. Then come temperate broadleaf forests, where the year itself becomes part of the story. These forests are shaped by distinct seasons. In spring, bare branches begin to wake, buds swell, leaves unfold. Before the canopy fully closes, sunlight reaches the forest floor, allowing early flowers to bloom in the brief window of brightness. Insects return, birds become active, mammals feed on new growth. The whole forest seems to open, not all at once, but in a sequence written by temperature and light. By summer, the canopy thickens, broad leaves spread wide, collecting sunlight and casting shade below. The forest becomes cooler and more humid than the open land around it. Food appears in many forms: leaves, berries, seeds, insects, and small animals. Young birds grow in nests. Mammals move beneath shrubs and branches. Predators follow trails of scent and movement. The forest looks calm, yet it is full of hidden work. Autumn changes the forest again. As days shorten and temperatures fall, many trees draw valuable materials back from their leaves before letting them go. Green fades into yellow, orange, red, and brown. For human eyes, this may look like beauty. For the forest, it is strategy. The tree is preparing for winter, releasing leaves that would be costly to maintain during cold, dry, low-light months. For animals, autumn is also a season of preparation. Squirrels gather nuts and seeds. Birds feed heavily before migration or winter. Mammals build fat. Insects hide, lay eggs, or complete their life cycles. The forest floor becomes covered in fallen leaves, and soon those leaves will feed fungi, worms, insects, and bacteria. What once captured sunlight in the canopy becomes food for the ground. Winter strips the broadleaf forest down to its structure. Branches stand bare. Light reaches between trunks. Many animals reduce movement, hide, migrate, or live from stored energy. The forest may appear asleep, but it is only waiting. Beneath the soil, roots remain alive. Seeds rest. Fungi continue their slow work whenever conditions allow. The next spring is already being prepared under the silence. These northern and temperate forests show how trees build habitat by managing time. Boreal forests endure long cold. Temperate coniferous forests keep green through changing conditions. Broadleaf forests rise and retreat with the seasons. Each one offers animals a different way to live, and each one asks for a different set of adaptations. A forest is powerful because it creates shelter in 3 dimensions. It offers height, depth, shade, cover, food, nesting places, and hidden passages. It softens weather. It holds soil. It stores water. It turns sunlight into wood and leaves, then turns fallen wood and leaves back into soil. For animals, this structure can mean safety, food, and a chance to raise the next generation. And yet, forests are not only found in cold or temperate lands. In warmer regions, the rules change again. Some forests survive long dry summers by saving water in every leaf. Some lose their leaves not because of winter, but because of drought. Others grow in warm, wet conditions where life stacks itself into dense green layers from the forest floor to the highest canopy. That is where the next part of the journey continues. Into the dry woodlands, tropical seasonal forests, and deep moist forests where heat, rain, and scarcity shape some of the richest habitats on Earth. Not every forest grows beneath cool mist or winter snow. Some forests live under a harder sky, where heat lasts for months and rain becomes a seasonal gift. Their trees do not always rise tall and close together. Their shade may be broken. Their leaves may be small, tough, waxy, or leathery. Their trunks may stand apart with dry grasses, shrubs, stones, and sunlit clearings between them. These forests may look less dramatic than deep green rainforests, but they are no less alive. They are simply shaped by a different rule: save water, wait well, and respond quickly when the season changes. Mediterranean forests and woodlands are built around this rhythm. They often grow in places with dry summers and milder, wetter winters. For much of the warm season, the air pulls moisture from the land. Plants cannot afford to waste water through wide, delicate leaves. Many respond with smaller, harder leaves that resist drying. Some carry waxy surfaces. Some produce aromatic oils. Some grow as low, dense shrubs, holding close to the ground where exposure is easier to manage. This kind of forest is a master of restraint. It does not spend energy carelessly. It does not build endless shade where the dry season would make that difficult to maintain. Instead, it creates a more open habitat with trees, shrubs, herbs, insects, reptiles, birds, and small mammals sharing a landscape of sunlight and scarcity. In the cooler, wetter season, flowers may appear, insects become more active, and animals take advantage of the temporary abundance. In the dry season, life becomes quieter, more careful, and more hidden. Fire can also shape some dry woodland habitats. In natural cycles, it may clear old growth, return nutrients, and create space for new plants. Some species can recover from burning through thick bark, underground storage, or seeds that respond to heat and open ground. Yet balance matters. When fire becomes too frequent, too intense, or combined with drought and habitat damage, renewal can turn into destruction. A forest may live with disturbance, but only within limits its species can survive. In the tropics, another kind of forest follows the rhythm of water even more dramatically: the tropical dry forest. These forests grow where warmth is common, but rainfall arrives in strong seasons rather than steady supply. During the wet season, the forest may flush with green, leaves spread, insects multiply, birds grow active, and animals feed on new growth, flowers, fruit, and seeds. Then the dry season arrives, and the whole system changes. Many trees in tropical dry forests drop their leaves to conserve water. What once looked green and full may become open, pale, and quiet. Branches stand exposed. Sunlight reaches the ground. Streams may shrink. Food may become harder to find. To an impatient eye, the forest may look damaged, but this is often strategy, not failure. The trees are reducing water loss and waiting for rain. When the rain returns, the transformation can be sudden and powerful. Buds open, leaves unfold, flowers appear, insects emerge, birds and mammals respond to the new abundance. The forest seems to wake almost all at once, not because it was dead, but because it was holding itself in reserve. Here, survival depends on timing. Animals may move to find water, change their diets, become active in cooler hours, or breed when food becomes plentiful. The dry forest teaches that life is not always constant. Sometimes it survives by pausing. Then come tropical moist forests, among the most complex habitats on Earth. Here, warmth and moisture allow plants to grow in dense layers. The forest rises upward like a living tower. Emergent trees reach above the canopy into direct sunlight. The main canopy forms a green roof where much of the forest's life is concentrated. Below that, the understory holds younger trees, palms, vines, ferns, and shade-loving plants. On the forest floor, light may be scarce, but life continues through roots, fungi, insects, fallen fruit, seeds, and decay. A tropical moist forest is not just dense, it is vertical. Life climbs because light is valuable. Vines twist around trunks. Epiphytes grow on branches without rooting in the ground. Orchids, mosses, ferns, and other plants find small places high above the soil. Birds move through the canopy. Monkeys and other tree-living mammals may travel from branch to branch. Frogs may use tiny pools of water collected in plants. Insects occupy leaves, bark, flowers, fruit, soil, and deadwood. Every layer becomes a different neighborhood. A single large tree can become a habitat by itself. Its flowers may feed insects and birds. Its fruits may feed mammals that carry seeds away. Its bark may shelter small creatures. Its branches may hold plants that never touch the ground. Its roots may join underground fungi. When it falls, sunlight pours through the gap it leaves behind. Young plants rush upward. Decomposers break down the wood. Insects, fungi, and animals move into the opening. Even the fall of one tree can change the life around it. In these warm, wet forests, nutrients often move quickly. Fallen leaves and dead wood break down fast. Fungi, bacteria, insects, and other decomposers return materials to the living system. Much of the forest's richness is held not in deep soil, but in living bodies, trunks, leaves, roots, vines, animals, and the constant recycling of organic matter. The forest is wealthy because it is always rebuilding itself. Sound is part of the habitat too. Birds call from hidden branches. Insects create a steady pulse. Rain strikes the canopy long before it reaches the ground. Leaves tremble, fruit falls, wings beat, and unseen animals move through the green. In such dense forests, the eye cannot always follow life directly. Sound, scent, color, and movement become messages. The forest may look still, but it is never silent. Across the planet, forests grow where climate allows trees to dominate. Cold northern regions favor boreal forests. Milder regions support temperate coniferous and broadleaf forests. Dry summer climates produce open woodlands and tough-leaved shrubs. Seasonal tropical regions create forests that wait through drought and return with rain. Warm, wet tropics build some of the richest vertical habitats on Earth. The map of forests is really a map of temperature, rainfall, sunlight, soil, and time. What all forests share is structure. They build upward from the ground and downward into the soil. They create shade, shelter, corridors, nesting places, feeding zones, and hidden spaces. They slow wind, hold moisture, cool the air, and protect the earth beneath them. For animals, this structure can mean everything. A bird may need a certain height to nest. A squirrel may need branches to travel safely. An insect may need dead wood. A frog may need damp leaf litter. A large mammal may need cover. A predator may need the trails that prey animals create. Because forests hold so many relationships, damage to them rarely affects only one species. Remove the trees, and the shade changes. Soil may dry or wash away. Streams may warm or fill with sediment. Insects lose food. Birds lose nesting sites. Mammals lose cover. Fungi lose partners. Seeds lose carriers. The loss of forest is never simply the loss of wood. It is the unraveling of a living architecture. Yet forests also carry the power of renewal when given time and space. Seeds germinate in gaps. Roots return to loosened soil. Fungi soften fallen trunks. Leaves become humus. Animals carry seeds across distance. Young trees rise beneath older ones. A damaged forest may begin again, though the deepest forms of recovery can take decades or centuries. A young forest is alive, but an old forest holds layers of memory that cannot be replaced quickly. That is one of the great truths forests teach. Life is not only measured by what is present, but by how long relationships have had to grow. A mature forest holds seedlings, saplings, old trees, standing dead trunks, fallen logs, fungi, insects, birds, mammals, roots, and soil communities all at once. Generations overlap. The past becomes shelter. Decay becomes food. The forest builds its future from everything it has been. From the cold boreal north to the changing broadleaf woods, from dry Mediterranean slopes to tropical forests heavy with green, forests remain among Earth's most important habitats. They breathe through leaves. They drink through roots. They turn sunlight into shelter. They turn fallen life into soil. They give animals places to hide, feed, nest, climb, hunt, rest, and begin again. A forest is not merely the lungs of the planet. It is a living city, a climate maker, a nursery, a storehouse, and a memory of the land. Every trunk is a column. Every leaf is a small engine of light. Every fallen branch begins another process. Beneath the canopy, life does not stand still. It gathers, breaks down, rises, and returns. And beyond the forest edge, another world waits. Open, sunlit, windswept, and restless. A world with little shelter, but plenty of food. A world where grass holds the ground, Herbs move with the seasons, and survival often depends on speed, vigilance, and the ability to live beneath a wide exposed sky. Beyond the forest edge, the world opens. The roof of leaves disappears. The air grows wider. Light reaches the ground without passing through a canopy. Wind moves freely across the land, bending stems, carrying seeds, lifting dust, and turning the whole landscape into a slow-moving surface. Here, trees no longer dominate. The ground belongs to grass. Grasslands may look simple at first: a wide plain, a distant horizon, a few scattered shrubs or trees, animals moving in the open. But this simplicity is deceptive. Grasslands are among the great engines of life on land. They may offer little shelter, yet they often provide enormous amounts of food. Their power is not built upward like a forest. It is built close to the ground, in leaves, stems, roots, seeds, and soil. In a forest, survival often means finding a place among layers. In a grassland, survival means living under exposure. There are fewer trunks to hide behind, fewer branches to climb, fewer shadows to disappear into. The sky is large, and danger can be seen from far away. For prey animals, this openness demands speed, sharp senses, group living, and constant attention. For predators, it demands patience, stealth, stamina, or sudden bursts of power. Every movement matters because the land reveals almost everything. Yet grasslands are not empty. They are full of rhythm. Insects move among stems. Birds nest low or rise suddenly from the ground. Small mammals tunnel beneath the surface. Grazing animals feed in herds. Predators watch from distance. Flowers appear between grasses during the right season. Seeds travel by wind, fur, hooves, and beaks. Beneath all of this, roots form dense underground networks that hold soil together and store life through heat, cold, drought, fire, and grazing. This hidden strength is one reason grasses are so successful. Many plants grow from their tips, making them vulnerable when animals bite off their leaves. Grasses are different. Much of their growth begins near the base, close to or even below the soil surface. When a grazing animal cuts the top away, the grass can often grow back. When fire sweeps across the land, roots and low growth points may survive beneath the heat. When rain returns after dry months, the grassland can green again with astonishing speed. This is one of the great secrets of grasslands. What seems fragile above the ground may be powerful below it. Roots are the unseen architecture of the plain. Some reach deep for water, others spread widely through the upper soil. Together, they bind the ground, reduce erosion, store carbon, and help the land recover after disturbance. Where grasslands remain healthy, the soil can become rich, dark, and alive with insects, worms, microbes, and fungi. Where grasslands are stripped too heavily or broken apart, wind and rain can carry that soil away. Once the soil is gone, the open land can become much harder for life to rebuild. In temperate regions, grasslands often form where conditions are too dry for dense forests, but not dry enough to become deserts. These places may have cold winters, warm summers, strong winds, and seasonal rainfall. Trees struggle to take over, especially where fire, drought, and grazing keep the land open. Grasses, however, are built for this kind of pressure. Temperate grasslands have many names across the world: prairies, steppes, pampas, and other open plains. Their plant life may look uniform from a distance, but close to the ground, the variety is greater than it first appears. Tall grasses may grow in wetter areas. Short grasses may dominate drier regions. Wildflowers appear between stems. Insects feed, pollinate, hide, and reproduce in the vegetation. Ground nesting birds depend on cover that is low but dense. Small mammals make tunnels and burrows, turning the soil as they live. Large grazing animals are among the most visible characters of temperate grasslands. They feed on grasses that can recover from being cropped. Their hooves disturb the soil. Their movement spreads seeds. Their dung returns nutrients to the ground and feeds insects. A herd moving across a grassland is not only consuming the habitat, it is also shaping it. This relationship between grass and grazer is one of the defining features of open country. Too little grazing and some grasslands may slowly change as shrubs or trees move in. Too much grazing, especially when the land has no time to recover, can weaken the plants and expose the soil. The balance is delicate. Grasslands evolve with disturbance, but not with endless pressure. Predators are part of that balance too. In open landscapes, prey animals often rely on early detection. Large eyes, sensitive hearing, strong legs, and group awareness become essential. Herds can watch in many directions at once. One alarm can move through the group like a wave. For predators, the challenge is distance. There may be few places to hide, so hunting often depends on using terrain, wind, timing, or the confusion of movement. Grasslands also appear high in the mountains. Montane grasslands occur where altitude, cold, wind, and thin soils limit tree growth. These habitats can be found above forest lines or in high valleys where conditions remain too harsh for dense woodland. The air is cooler, the growing season is shorter, weather can change quickly. Plants often grow low and tough, close to the ground, where they can avoid the strongest winds and preserve warmth. Animals in montane grasslands must deal with exposure in a different way. The land may offer open views, but it also brings cold nights, steep slopes, and limited seasons of abundance. Grazers and browsers feed where plants appear during the warmer months. Small mammals may use burrows for protection. Birds nest among rocks and low vegetation. Some animals move up and down the mountains with the seasons, following fresh growth as snow melts and retreating when winter returns. In these high grasslands, life is shaped by brevity. There may be only a short period when plants can grow quickly. In that time, insects must emerge, flowers must bloom, herbivores must feed, and young animals must gain strength. The open land may seem quiet, but beneath the calm is a strict calendar. Miss the season, and the opportunity is gone. Grasslands can also exist as scrublands. where grasses mix with shrubs, scattered trees, and hardy vegetation. These habitats often appear in dry regions where full forests cannot easily form, yet the land is not bare enough to become true desert. Shrubs may have small leaves, thorns, deep roots, or tough stems. Grasses fill spaces between them. Animals use the scrub for cover, food, and nesting, especially where open grass alone would leave them too exposed. Scrublands are transition worlds. They sit between forest and grassland, between open ground and woody cover, between abundance and scarcity. For some animals, they offer the best of both: enough vegetation to hide, enough open space to move, enough food to survive. For others, they are difficult places, dry and thorny, with resources spread unevenly across the land. Across all these grassland forms, one theme remains constant: openness changes everything. Without the dense shelter of forests, animals must solve survival in different ways. Some become fast, some become watchful, some live in groups, some hide underground, some nest low and blend into the color of dry stems. Some move with rain, some follow herds, some wait for short bursts of growth after fire or storm. The grassland is a world of exposure, but also a world of renewal. It can burn and return. It can be grazed and regrow. It can turn brown in drought, then green after rain. Its life is not held in tall trunks, but in roots, seeds, soil, and timing. And as the journey continues, the open land becomes warmer, drier, and more seasonal, leading into tropical grasslands, wetlands within the plains, and the great moving relationship between grass, water, animals, and sky. In the tropics, grasslands follow a different rhythm. Here, warmth may remain through much of the year, but water still decides the shape of life. Rain does not always fall evenly. In many tropical grasslands, the year moves between wet and dry seasons. When rain arrives, the land changes quickly. Grass rises, flowers appear, insects multiply, rivers and water holes fill. Herds spread across the open country, feeding on the sudden abundance. Then the dry season returns. The grass turns pale, water becomes harder to find, trees stand farther apart, often shaped by drought, fire, and grazing. Dust moves with the wind. Animals gather near remaining water or travel long distances to follow food. The same land that seemed generous after rain can become a test of endurance when the sky closes. Tropical grasslands are often known for their great herds. Grazing animals move across open plains, feeding on grass that can recover after being bitten down. Their movement is not random. It follows rain, fresh growth, water, and safety. Where the grass is young and green, herds may gather in large numbers. Where the land dries, they must move on or survive on what remains. This movement shapes the habitat. Hooves break dry soil. Dung returns nutrients. Seeds travel in fur, mud, and droppings. Insects feed on waste and become food for birds and other animals. Predators follow the grazers, and scavengers follow what predators leave behind. Even in a place with little shelter, the grassland is full of connections. The open land also changes the way animals behave. Prey animals cannot rely on thick cover, so many depend on eyesight, hearing, speed, and group awareness. A herd becomes more than a crowd. It becomes a living alarm system. Many eyes watch the horizon. Many ears listen for movement. When one animal senses danger, the signal can pass through the group almost instantly. Predators must solve the same openness from the opposite side. Without dense forests to hide in, they may use tall grass, low light, wind direction, distance, or patience. Some rely on sudden acceleration. Others rely on endurance. Some hunt alone. Others hunt together. In grasslands, the relationship between predator and prey is often written across open space, where every step can be seen and every mistake matters. Fire is another force that helps shape many tropical grasslands. During dry seasons, lightning or human activity can ignite old grass. Flames may move quickly across the surface, burning dry stems and returning nutrients to the soil. To a forest tree, fire may be devastating. To many grasses, it is part of the cycle. Their growth points and roots are often protected near or below the ground, allowing new shoots to return when rain comes again. Fire can keep grasslands open by limiting young trees and shrubs. Grazing animals do the same in another way, feeding on new growth and preventing woody plants from taking over. Together, fire and grazing can maintain the open character of the land. But balance is crucial. Too much fire, too much grazing, or too much pressure from human use can weaken the grass, expose soil, and turn a resilient habitat into a fragile one. Tropical grasslands are not always pure grass. Scattered trees may rise across the plains, offering shade, nesting places, lookout points, and food. In some places, shrubs form dense patches. These small differences matter. A lone tree can become a resting place for birds. A shrub can shelter a small mammal. A termite mound can change the soil and create a small island of plant growth. In an open habitat, even a small structure can become important. Near rivers, lakes, and low areas, grasslands may blend into wetlands. These are places where water reshapes the open world. Flooded ground, reeds, sedges, aquatic plants, mud, and shallow pools create habitat for animals that cannot live on dry grass alone. Birds feed in the shallows. Amphibians breed in temporary pools. Insects rise from water. Fish may enter flooded plains when rivers overflow. Mammals come to drink, graze on fresh growth, or use wet areas as refuge. Wetlands within grasslands are especially valuable because they bring variety to a landscape that may otherwise be dry and exposed. They offer water, cover, soft vegetation, and seasonal bursts of life. During dry periods, they may become gathering points for many species. During wet periods, they may spread across the land, turning the plain into a temporary water world. This blending of habitats is one reason grasslands can support so much life. The open plain provides food, shrubs provide cover, trees provide shade and perches, wetlands provide water and breeding grounds, burrows provide underground safety. No grassland is truly one simple thing. It is a shifting pattern of spaces, each used differently by different creatures. For animals, survival here often means reading the landscape constantly. Where is the fresh grass? Where is the nearest water? Is the wind carrying a scent of danger? Is the herd restless? Is the dry season tightening? Is the rain moving somewhere beyond the horizon? Grassland life is shaped by awareness. The land is wide, and the signs are spread across it. Plants must read the world in their own way. Grasses respond quickly to rain. Some remain dormant during dry periods, then grow when moisture returns. Seeds may wait in the soil until conditions improve. Deep roots search for water below the surface. Low growth points allow grasses to recover after grazing, trampling, and fire. Their strength is not in height, but in return. This power of return is what makes grasslands so remarkable. They can appear empty after drought, cropped short after grazing, blackened after fire, or flattened by wind. Yet when conditions shift, life rises again from below. Green shoots break through ash, flowers appear among dry stems, insects return, grazers follow, predators move after them. The whole system begins again. But resilience is not the same as invincibility. Grasslands can be damaged when their natural rhythms are pushed too far. If grazing is too heavy for too long, grasses may not recover. If soil is plowed or compacted, root systems may be broken. If wetlands are drained, dry season refuges disappear. If fire becomes too frequent or arrives at the wrong time, young plants and animals may be lost. If invasive plants spread, they can change the structure of the habitat. Once the soil is exposed, wind and rain may carry it away, and the foundation of the grassland can weaken. Because grasslands often look open and simple, their value is easy to underestimate. A forest announces itself with height and shade. A coral reef dazzles with color. A mountain dominates the horizon. Grasslands are quieter. Their richness lies in movement, season, soil, and scale. Their drama is not always in a single tree or a single animal, but in the relationship between millions of stems, deep roots, grazing mouths, watchful eyes, and changing weather. They are also among the great food-producing habitats of the planet, not only for wild animals, but for human societies as well. Many grasslands have been converted into farmland or grazing land because their soils can be rich and their open spaces easy to use. This has made them important to people, yet it has also made many natural grasslands rare and fragmented. The very qualities that made them useful have also placed them under pressure. To protect grasslands, it is not enough to preserve empty-looking land. The living processes must remain. Seasonal rain, healthy soil, native plants, natural grazing patterns, fire in the right balance, wetlands where water gathers, and space for animals to move. Grasslands need room. A herd cannot follow rain if the path is broken. A ground-nesting bird cannot survive if every patch of cover disappears. A wetland cannot support life if the water is drained before the season begins. The grassland is a habitat of distance. Its life often depends on movement across wide areas. Animals migrate, disperse, gather, scatter, and return. Seeds move with wind and hooves. Fire moves across dry stems. Rain moves across the sky in belts and storms. Even the soil is shaped by roots spreading outward and downward. Nothing in a grassland feels enclosed. Everything seems to reach toward the horizon, and still the smallest lives matter. A grasshopper feeding among stems, a bee visiting a flower, a beetle breaking down dung, a mouse hidden in a burrow, a root holding one handful of soil against the wind. These details keep the open world functioning. The grand herds may catch the eye, but the grassland survives through countless small exchanges. This is the third great habitat in the journey, not the layered shade of the forest, not the vertical staircase of the mountain, but the open country of grass and sky. Here, life learns to live without walls. It watches, runs, grazes, hides low, digs deep, travels far, and returns with the rain. The shelter is limited, but the food can be immense. The danger is visible, but so is opportunity. The land asks for speed, awareness, endurance, and timing. A grassland is not empty space between forests. It is its own world. It is the breath of wind over roots. It is the thunder of hooves across dry ground. It is a seed carried beyond the horizon. It is fire passing quickly, rain arriving suddenly, and green life rising again from the soil. It is a habitat built not by height, but by openness. And beyond the grasslands, earth becomes harsher still. There are places where water nearly disappears, where cold locks the land, where heat, ice, salt, and wind push life toward its limits. In the next journey, the story moves into extreme environments, where survival is no longer about abundance, but about enduring the impossible. There are places on Earth where life seems almost impossible, places where water is locked away as ice, where the ground stays frozen, where wind cuts across open land without trees to slow it down, places where rain almost never falls, where heat rises from stone and sand, where the difference between day and night can feel like a shift between two different worlds. These are the extreme environments of the planet: polar regions, tundra, cold deserts, hot deserts, dry coasts, and high mountain lands where survival is measured not by comfort, but by endurance. At first, such places can look empty: a white plain of ice, a brown desert stretching to the horizon, a rocky slope where only a few low plants cling to the ground. Yet emptiness is often a trick of the human eye. Life is still there, but it has changed its language. It grows smaller, slower, tougher, quieter. It hides underground, waits through long seasons, stores energy, saves water, follows brief windows of warmth, and moves vast distances to survive. In extreme environments, life does not waste effort. Every shape, habitat, and movement must answer a hard question. How can a living thing continue when the world gives so little? The polar regions are among the most demanding habitats on Earth. Near the poles, cold dominates the year. Ice covers enormous areas. The sun may vanish for long winter periods and then return for long summer days. Wind moves across open snow and sea ice with little shelter. Plants are scarce or absent across the most frozen landscapes. For animals, Food can be difficult to find. For marine animals, however, the cold surrounding seas may hold rich life, especially where seasonal light and nutrients support plankton, fish, seabirds, and marine mammals. This contrast is one of the most fascinating things about polar worlds. The land can look almost lifeless, while the nearby ocean may be full of energy. Sea ice, cold currents, and nutrient-rich waters can support food webs that reach from tiny plankton to fish, seals, whales, and seabirds. The real pulse of polar life often comes from the sea. On land, survival is limited by cold, ice, and the short growing season. Where plants can grow, they usually remain low. They avoid exposure. They stay close to the ground, where wind is weaker and warmth can gather. Growth may take place only during a brief summer when the surface softens and light returns. There is little room for tall trees in such conditions. The habitat asks for patience, compact forms, and the ability to use a very short season well. This leads into the tundra. Tundra is a habitat where trees are largely absent, not because life has failed, but because cold, wind, frozen ground, and short summers make tree growth difficult. Instead of forests, tundra supports mosses, lichens, grasses, sedges, dwarf shrubs, and small flowering plants. The land may look low and simple, yet during the short summer, it can bloom with surprising color. Tiny flowers appear close to the ground. Insects emerge. Birds arrive to nest. Mammals feed intensely while food is available. The Arctic tundra is shaped by permafrost, ground that remains frozen beneath the surface for long periods. In summer, only the upper layer may thaw. This creates wet, shallow soils in some places because water cannot easily drain through the frozen layer below. Pools, boggy ground, and patches of vegetation can form across what looks at first like a barren landscape. For animals, this short season of thaw becomes a burst of opportunity. Many animals do not stay in the tundra all year. Birds may migrate there to breed during summer, taking advantage of insects and long daylight. Large herbivores may move across the land in search of fresh growth. Small mammals use burrows and vegetation for shelter. Predators follow the animals that arrive or remain. The tundra's abundance is brief, but intense. Its calendar is strict. Life must begin, feed, breed, and prepare before the cold returns. Plants here are built for exposure. Many grow low to avoid wind. Some have small leaves to reduce water loss. Some are dark-colored or hairy, helping them absorb or retain warmth. Some spread close to the ground rather than rising upward. In a habitat where the season is short and the weather can shift quickly, height can be dangerous. Staying low can be survival. A similar pattern appears high in mountains where alpine tundra forms above the tree line. This habitat may exist far from the polar regions, but the conditions can feel strangely related. The air is cooler, the growing season is short, wind is strong, soil is thin, trees disappear, and low plants take over. The difference is that alpine tundra is shaped more by altitude than latitude. On alpine tundra, life is arranged around elevation. A slope may hold forest below, meadow higher up, and then tundra-like ground near the top. plants grow in cushions, mats, or low clusters. Their roots search for small pockets of soil between stones. Flowers may bloom quickly when snow melts. Insects appear during warm periods. Birds and mammals use the habitat while conditions allow, and many move down when winter returns. Alpine tundra is a world of brief openings. The snow retreats and life rushes forward. The weather changes and life pulls back. Animals that use these high habitats must be prepared for sudden cold, strong wind, and limited food. Some rely on movement, traveling between elevations with the season. Others use burrows, thick coats, compact bodies, or careful timing. The mountain offers opportunity, but only to those that can read its rhythm. Then there are cold deserts, places that seem contradictory at first. A desert is defined not by heat, but by dryness. Some deserts are cold because they lie at high latitudes, high elevations, or in regions where air holds little moisture. They may receive very little rainfall. Snow may fall, but water can remain frozen or unavailable for much of the year. The ground may be rocky, sandy, salty, or windswept. Vegetation is sparse. Cold deserts test life with scarcity from two directions: little water and low temperatures. Plants may grow slowly, stay low, and spread roots widely to capture rare moisture. Some survive as seeds through difficult periods, waiting for the right conditions. Animals may shelter in burrows, reduce activity during the harshest times, or feed opportunistically on whatever the land provides. In such habitats, survival often depends less on strength than on efficiency. A cold desert may not have the dramatic dunes people imagine when they hear the word desert. It may be a plain of gravel, a high plateau, a basin of salt and stone, or a dry valley under a cold sky. The life there can be easy to miss. A small shrub with deep roots, a lizard warming on a rock during a brief sunlit hour, a bird crossing a barren slope, a mammal leaving tracks in dust or snow. The habitat reveals itself in fragments. What unites polar regions, tundra, alpine heights, and cold deserts is not one climate, but one principle. Life is pushed toward limits. Warmth is limited. Water is limited. Soil is limited. Shelter is limited. The season of growth may be painfully short, yet life remains, not by resisting the environment blindly, but by adapting to its narrow openings. In these places, survival often means doing less, doing it at the right time, and wasting almost nothing. A plant may wait months for a few weeks of growth. A bird may travel across continents to nest during a brief flush of insects. A mammal may store fat, change its coat, dig below the surface, or move with the season. A seed may lie dormant until warmth and moisture arrive together. The entire habitat may seem still for most of the year, then suddenly become alive when conditions allow. Extreme environments remind us that life is not equally abundant everywhere. Some habitats overflow with movement and color. Others hold life in a tighter grip. But scarcity does not make a place meaningless. It makes every adaptation more visible. In a rainforest, life can hide inside abundance. In a polar plain or cold desert, Every living thing stands out as a solution to a difficult problem. And as the journey continues, the challenge shifts from cold to heat, from frozen dryness to burning dryness, from short summers to long days of sun, sand, salt, and thirst. Beyond the tundra and cold desert lie the hot deserts and dry coasts, where life must survive not by holding warmth, but by escaping it. Heat creates another kind of extreme. In cold environments, life often struggles because water is locked away as ice and warmth comes only briefly. In hot deserts, the problem is different. The sun is overwhelming, rain is rare, the air can pull moisture from skin, leaves, soil, and stone. During the day, the surface may become dangerously hot. At night, without clouds or humidity to hold warmth near the ground, temperatures can fall sharply. A desert is not simply hot, it is unstable, exposed, and dry. For life, water becomes the central question. Every plant and animal in a hot desert must find a way to keep it, save it, reach it, or live through long periods without it. Some plants grow deep roots that search far below the surface. Others spread shallow roots widely, ready to absorb brief rain before it disappears. Some store water in thick stems or leaves. Some reduce their leaves to tiny surfaces or spines, losing less moisture under the sun. Many seeds wait in the soil for months or years, silent and invisible, until rain unlocks them. When rain finally falls, the desert can change with astonishing speed. Dry ground darkens, seeds germinate, flowers appear, insects emerge, birds and small mammals take advantage of the sudden food. The transformation may last only a short time, but for desert life, that window is everything. What looks dead to the eye may only be waiting. Animals survive the desert by avoiding the worst of the day. Many become active at dawn, dusk, or night when the air is cooler and the risk of water loss is lower. Burrows become refuges from heat. Shade becomes valuable. Pale colors can reflect sunlight. Large ears may help release heat. Some animals obtain much of their moisture from food. Others produce very concentrated waste to conserve water. Every small detail matters when the environment punishes waste. The desert is often imagined as empty, but it is more accurate to say that its life is hidden. It moves under sand, beneath stones, inside cracks, or after sunset. Tracks may appear in the morning where nothing seemed to move the day before. A beetle crosses a dune. A lizard vanishes into shade. A fox listens for movement beneath the surface. A scorpion waits in darkness. The desert is not silent because nothing lives there. It is silent because life has learned caution. Not all deserts are made of endless dunes. Some are gravel plains, dry basins, rocky plateaus, salt flats, thorny scrublands, or open landscapes where vegetation grows far apart. The common thread is lack of moisture. Without regular water, plants cannot form continuous cover, and animals cannot depend on constant food. Everything becomes spaced out. Every resource becomes important. Distance becomes part of survival. Some deserts exist near coasts where the sea lies close, but usable fresh water remains scarce. Coastal deserts can form where cold ocean currents cool the air and reduce rainfall. Fog may drift inland, bringing moisture without true rain. For certain plants and animals, fog becomes a lifeline. Leaves, stems, stones, and even bodies can collect droplets. In such places, life survives not from rivers or storms, but from the faint gift of water carried by air. Coastal deserts show how strange survival can become at the edge of extremes. The ocean may be visible, even near enough to smell, yet the land itself remains dry. Animals may feed along the shore, hide in dunes, nest on cliffs, or move between marine and desert resources. Plants may cling to fog-fed slopes or shallow soils. The boundary between sea and desert creates opportunities, but also sharp limits. In deserts, timing is everything. A flower may bloom only after rare rain. An insect may spend most of its life waiting in a hidden stage. A reptile may warm quickly in the morning, then retreat before the heat becomes dangerous. A mammal may sleep through the day and hunt at night. A bird may travel great distances between scattered water sources. Survival belongs to those that spend energy carefully. The same truth applies across all extreme environments, whether the challenge is heat, cold, dryness, wind, salt, thin air, or frozen ground. Life must adapt by narrowing its risks. It cannot behave as if resources are endless. It must be precise. In polar regions, animals may depend on fat, feathers, fur, migration, or the richness of cold seas. In tundra, plants grow low and fast during a brief summer. In alpine environments, animals follow the seasons up and down the slopes. In cold deserts, life endures dryness and low temperatures together. In hot deserts, plants and animals save water, avoid heat, and wait for rain. In coastal deserts, fog itself may become a source of life. These habitats may seem unrelated at first. Ice fields and sand dunes appear to belong to opposite worlds, yet they share a deeper pattern. Each one restricts what life can do. In a rainforest, many species compete inside abundance. In an extreme environment, every species must first answer scarcity. Can it keep enough water? Can it survive the cold? Can it escape the heat? Can it reproduce before the short season ends? Can it move when food disappears? Can it wait longer than the drought? The answers are written in bodies and behaviors. A low-growing tundra plant is an answer to wind and cold. A desert cactus is an answer to thirst. A nocturnal animal is an answer to heat. A migratory bird is an answer to season. A burrow is an answer to exposure. A thick coat is an answer to freezing nights. A seed lying dormant in the sand is an answer to uncertainty. Extreme habitats make adaptation easy to see because the margin for error is so small. A plant that loses too much water may not survive. An animal that moves at the wrong time of day may overheat. A bird that arrives too early in the tundra may find snow instead of insects. A mammal that fails to store enough energy before winter may not reach spring. These places do not forgive poor timing, and yet they are not lifeless wastelands. They are some of the most remarkable habitats on Earth precisely because life persists there, not in overwhelming abundance, not always in obvious color, not always with constant movement, but with extraordinary skill. The living things of extreme environments show that survival is not only about strength, It is about restraint, timing, patience, and design shaped over generations. A desert plant does not defeat the desert by becoming lush and wasteful. It survives by becoming careful. A tundra flower does not rise tall against the wind. It stays low, close to warmth. A polar animal does not ignore the cold. It builds its body around it. Life at the edge is not reckless. It is disciplined. These places also remind us how fragile adaptation can be. Species that are finely tuned to cold, dryness, seasonal rain, fog, or brief summers may struggle when those patterns shift. If snow melts earlier or later than expected, if drought becomes longer, if heat rises beyond normal limits, if rare water sources disappear, the whole balance can change. In extreme environments, small changes can have large effects because life already lives close to its limits. A wet forest may hide many options. A grassland may recover when rain returns. A desert spring, a tundra summer, or a fog-fed coastal slope may offer far fewer alternatives. When those narrow openings close, the species that depend on them may have nowhere easy to go. Still, the story of extreme environments is not only a warning, it is also a study in possibility. Life has entered frozen plains, burning deserts, wind-scoured mountains, dry valleys, salt flats, and coastlines where rain almost never falls. It has found shelter under snow, under sand, under stone, inside roots, in brief pools, in night air, in fog, in fat reserves, in seeds, in silence. It has learned to shrink, wait, travel, sleep, hide, store, bloom quickly, and wake at the exact moment the world allows it. To look at an extreme habitat carefully is to see life stripped down to essentials: water, warmth, shelter, timing, energy, reproduction, survival. No excess, no easy abundance, no guarantee. And still, a flower opens in the tundra. A lizard leaves a delicate trail across sand. A bird crosses a frozen coast. A plant catches fog from the air. A small mammal waits underground while the desert burns above it. A seed remains hidden through years of drought, carrying the future in a dry shell. These are not empty places. They are Earth's tests of endurance. From the coldest plains to the hottest deserts, extreme environments show that life does not need comfort to exist. It needs opportunity, however brief. It needs a way to hold on until conditions turn. It needs a strategy precise enough to meet the world as it is. And beyond these harsh lands lies another vast realm, one that covers most of the planet and carries life through current, depth, salt, tide, and light. After forests, grasslands, and extremes, the journey moves into water. Rivers, lakes, mangroves, coasts, coral reefs, and the open ocean, where Earth reveals itself not only as land, but as a blue planet alive beneath the surface. Earth is often called the blue planet for a reason. From space, land appears as islands of green, brown, white, and gold, but water dominates the view. It covers most of the planet's surface, fills the deep ocean basins, gathers in lakes, moves through rivers, hides in ice, rises in clouds. falls as rain, and returns again through endless cycles. Every forest, grassland, desert, and tundra is connected to water in some way. Without it, soil would harden, plants would fail, animals would vanish, and the living world would become almost unrecognizable. Water is not only a resource, it is a habitat. For countless organisms, water is not something they visit, it is the entire world around them. It carries food, oxygen, warmth, sound, scent, danger, and movement. It supports bodies in a way air cannot. It allows animals to float, drift, dive, swim, anchor, filter, hide, and migrate through spaces that are constantly changing. A forest has branches and roots. A grassland has wind and soil. An aquatic habitat has current, depth, light, pressure, temperature, salinity, and flow. To live in water is to live inside motion. A river is never truly still. Even when its surface appears calm, it is moving from higher ground toward lower ground, carrying minerals, leaves, silt, seeds, insects, and life along the way. Rivers begin as small flows, melting snow, springs, rainfall gathering into channels. They cut through land, shape valleys, feed floodplains, connect mountains to coasts, and create corridors that animals use across entire landscapes. A river habitat changes from one place to another. In the upper reaches, the water may be cold, fast, and clear, rushing over stones. Animals living there must resist the current. Insects cling beneath rocks. Fish hold their bodies against the flow. Plants grow where they can anchor. Oxygen may be plentiful because the water tumbles and mixes with air, but the force of the current makes life demanding. Farther downstream, rivers often widen and slow. Sediment settles, banks become softer. Aquatic plants may grow in calmer edges. Fish find pools, bends, roots, shadows, and deeper channels. Birds hunt along the margins. Mammals come to drink. Amphibians use shallow water and muddy banks. A river is not only a line of water, it is a moving habitat with many smaller worlds inside it. The edge of a river can be just as important as the channel itself. Plants along the banks hold soil, shade the water, and drop leaves that feed insects and decomposers. Roots create hiding places for fish. Fallen branches slow the flow and form pools. Floods may spread nutrients across nearby land, renewing floodplains and wetlands. A healthy river does not simply pass through a landscape, it gives life to the land around it. Lakes are different. Where rivers are defined by movement, lakes are shaped by holding. A lake can be a deep basin of cold water, a shallow spread of reeds and mud, a clear mountain pool, or a broad inland sea. Some lakes are fed by rivers and drained by rivers. Others are isolated, receiving water from rain, springs, or melting snow. Because they hold water in one place, lakes create habitats where life can settle into layers. Near the shore, sunlight reaches the bottom. Plants may grow in the shallows. Insects, snails, amphibians, small fish, and birds use this edge as feeding and breeding ground. Reeds, grasses, and floating leaves create shelter. Young fish hide among stems. Frogs call from wet margins. Birds search for food at the boundary between water and land. The shoreline is often one of the richest parts of a lake because it combines both worlds. Farther out, the water deepens, light fades with depth, temperature may change from warm surface layers to colder water below. Fish move through these layers depending on food, oxygen, and season. Tiny plankton drift in the open water, forming the base of many lake food webs. In clear water, sunlight can support algae and plants. In darker or deeper lakes, life depends on what falls from above, what grows near the surface, and what circulates through the water. Lakes may appear peaceful, but they are never inactive. Wind stirs their surfaces, seasons change their temperature, rain brings nutrients, leaves fall into them, fish spawn in certain areas, birds arrive and leave. In cold regions, ice may cover a lake in winter, creating a world where life continues beneath a frozen ceiling. In warmer regions, evaporation, rainfall, and plant growth may change the water level through the year. Some lakes are open to many species, others become isolated worlds. When a lake is cut off from other bodies of water, its animals and plants may evolve in special ways. Over long periods, isolated lakes can produce unique fish, snails, insects, and other organisms found nowhere else. Isolation can create richness, but also vulnerability. If conditions change too quickly, species with nowhere else to go may be at risk. Freshwater habitats, including rivers and lakes, occupy only a small portion of Earth's water, yet they are vital to life on land. Animals drink from them, plants depend on them, wetlands form around them, humans build near them, migrating birds use them as resting points. Fish, amphibians, insects, reptiles, mammals, and countless microscopic organisms depend on them directly. But freshwater is also fragile. A river can be blocked, polluted, drained, or overheated. A lake can receive too many nutrients, lose oxygen, shrink through drought, or be invaded by species introduced from elsewhere. Because freshwater habitats are often closely connected to land, changes on land quickly reach the water. Soil washed from fields, chemicals carried by rain, cleared banks, and altered flow can all change the living system. Water connects everything, so damage also travels. Where rivers approach the sea, another kind of habitat appears, one of the strangest and most valuable on Earth, the mangrove forest. Mangroves live at the boundary between land and ocean, where saltwater, freshwater, mud, tides, and roots meet. These forests are not like inland forests. Their trees stand in waterlogged ground. Their roots rise, arch, twist, or breathe above the mud. The tide may flood them and leave them again within the same day. Salt is a constant challenge. Oxygen in the muddy soil can be low. The ground itself may shift beneath them. Yet mangroves thrive in this difficult borderland. Their roots are one of their most remarkable features. Some roots prop the trees above soft sediment. Some help them breathe in oxygen-poor mud. Some trap silt, slow waves and create sheltered water beneath the branches. The roots turn a flat, muddy coast into a maze. In that maze, young fish hide from predators, crabs move through mud, shellfish attach to roots, birds nest or feed above the water. Insects, reptiles, and mammals use the forest edges. Mangroves are nurseries, breakwaters, feeding grounds, and shelters all at once. They also protect coastlines. By slowing waves and trapping sediment, mangroves can reduce erosion and soften the impact of storms. Their fallen leaves feed detritus-based food webs, where crabs, microbes, and small organisms break down plant material and pass energy onward. A leaf falling from a mangrove tree may eventually help feed fish, birds, or larger marine animals through a chain of hidden exchanges. Mangroves show that aquatic habitats are rarely separated cleanly from land. They are transition worlds. Fresh and saltwater mix. Mud and root become shelter. Fish move beneath trees. Birds hunt along channels. The tide rewrites the habitats twice a day. Every creature living there must adapt to change as a normal condition. In rivers, life follows the current. In lakes, life gathers in layers. In mangroves, life rises from the mud between land and sea. Each aquatic habitat has a different structure, yet all share the same truth. Water creates worlds that land alone cannot. And the journey is only beginning. Beyond the rivers, lakes, and mangrove roots, water opens outward to the coast, to coral reefs, and finally to the vast open ocean, the largest living space on Earth, where light fades with depth and life must move through a blue world without walls. Where land meets the sea, the world becomes restless. The coast is not fully land and not fully ocean. It is a boundary that changes hour by hour, shaped by tides, waves, wind, sunlight, salt, sand, rock, and current. For animals and plants, this is a difficult place to live. The ground may be flooded, then exposed. A rock pool may be cool and full of water in the morning, then warm and shrinking under the sun. Waves may bring food one moment and tear away shelter the next. Salt dries on surfaces. Sand shifts underfoot. Nothing stays still for long. Yet coastlines are full of life because change also brings opportunity. On rocky shores, animals cling tightly to survive the forces of waves. Shellfish attach to stone. Crabs hide in cracks. Seaweeds anchor themselves where the water can reach them. Small fish and invertebrates may live in tide pools, trapped for a few hours between ocean and air. These pools can become miniature worlds, holding predators, prey, algae, sand, stones, and sudden changes in temperature and oxygen. On sandy shores, life is often hidden below the surface. Worms, clams, small crustaceans, and other animals burrow into the sand, escaping birds, waves, and drying air. Shorebirds walk the edge of the water, probing for food. Turtles may come ashore to nest. Seals or sea lions may rest on beaches where land gives them a temporary refuge from the sea. A beach may look open and empty, but much of its life is buried, passing beneath the feet of anyone who does not look closely. Coasts are also feeding grounds. Waves bring nutrients, tides expose food, birds gather where fish, shellfish, crabs, and insects can be found. Many marine animals use coastal waters as nurseries because shallow areas can offer more shelter and food than the open sea. The coast is a place of risk, but also a place of beginnings. Farther from the shore, in warm, shallow seas, coral reefs create some of the most intricate habitats on Earth. A coral reef may look like a garden, a city, and a fortress at the same time. Its structure is built by tiny coral animals that live in colonies. Over long periods, their skeletons help create hard formations filled with cracks, tunnels, ledges, and hiding places. These structures allow thousands of species to live close together in a space that might otherwise be open water. The reef is a world of surfaces. Every hole can shelter a fish. Every branch can hold small animals. Every crevice can hide a hunter or protect the hunted. Bright fish move through coral heads. Sea urchins graze. Crustaceans pick through cracks. Mollusks, worms, sponges, algae, and countless tiny organisms occupy the reef's architecture. Life here is dense because shelter is dense. Coral reefs also depend on light. Many reef-building corals have a close relationship with microscopic algae living inside their tissues. These algae use sunlight and help provide energy to the coral. In return, the coral offers protection and access to light. This partnership is one reason reefs are usually found in clear, shallow, sunlit water. The beauty of a reef is not decoration. It is the visible result of relationships. Because so many lives are packed into a small area, competition is intense. Space matters. Light matters. A hiding place matters. A cleaning station, a patch of algae, a nesting site, or a coral branch can become valuable territory. Some fish use color to signal. Some hide in plain sight. Some defend small areas. Some travel in schools for safety. Predators move through channels and over reef edges, searching for weakness in a world that truly never sleeps. Yet reefs are fragile. They can be damaged by warming water, pollution, overfishing, destructive fishing, sediment, disease, and physical impact. When corals are stressed, they may lose the algae that helps sustain them, causing the reef to turn pale. If the stress lasts too long, the coral can die, and the complex habitat begins to lose its structure. When the structure declines, the animals that depend on it lose shelter, food, and breeding places. A damaged reef is not only less colorful, it is less able to hold life. Beyond the reefs, beyond the coast, the ocean opens. The open ocean is the largest habitat on Earth. It has no trees, no grass, no cliffs to hide behind, and no fixed ground for most of its life. It is a blue world of distance, depth, current, pressure, light, and darkness. Near the surface, sunlight allows microscopic plankton to grow, forming the base of vast food webs. These tiny organisms may be nearly invisible, yet they support fish, squid, seabirds, whales, and countless other animals. In the open sea, size can vary beyond imagination. Some animals drift with currents, some swim in schools that move like one body, some dive into deep water during the day and rise toward the surface at night. Some travel across entire oceans. Others remain in certain current systems where food is more reliable. Without walls or shelter, animals must use movement, camouflage, speed, schooling, depth, and timing to survive. Light changes everything in the ocean. Near the surface, there's enough sunlight for photosynthesis. Deeper down, light fades into blue, then into darkness. As depth increases, pressure rises, and temperature often falls. The animals that live in deeper water face a world very different from the surface. Some produce their own light, some have enormous eyes, some rely on smell, touch, vibration, or patience. Food may arrive as sinking particles from above or as prey moving through darkness. The ocean is not one habitat, but many layered on top of each other. The sunlit surface, the dim twilight zone, the dark deep sea, the seafloor, the continental shelf, the open water, the polar seas, and the warm tropical waters all create different conditions. A dolphin near the surface, a lanternfish rising at night, a whale diving into deep water, and a crab moving across the seabed are all living in the ocean, but not in the same world. Currents connect these worlds. They move heat, nutrients, egg, larva, drifting organisms, and sometimes entire communities across great distances. Upswelling currents can bring nutrients from deeper water toward the surface, feeding plankton blooms that support fish and seabirds. Warm currents can carry tropical conditions far from the equator. Cold currents can create rich feeding grounds. The ocean is always moving, and life moves with it. Aquatic environments remind us that water is not just a setting. It is a force that shapes bodies and behavior. Fish are streamlined for movement through water. Whales hold breath and dive into pressure. Crabs grip rocks against waves. Mangrove trees breathe through specialized roots in muddy ground. Lake plants float, anchor, or rise toward light. River insects cling to stones against the current. Coral animals build shelter out of their own bodies. Every aquatic habitat asks its own question. Can a creature resist the current? Can it survive when the tide leaves it exposed? Can it find oxygen in warm, still water? Can it tolerate salt? Can it hide where there are no trees? Can it move through darkness? Can it float without sinking? Can it travel far enough to find food in a world with no visible borders? Life answers in thousands of ways. It grows shells, fins, roots, gills, air stores, streamlined bodies, drifting larvae, waterproof feathers, salt-filtering glands, transparent bodies, glowing organs, and behaviors timed to tides, floods, seasons, and currents. In water, survival often depends on balance between floating and sinking, hiding and moving, staying attached and letting go. Freshwater and saltwater habitats are also linked to the land. Rivers carry nutrients to coasts. Wetlands filter water. Mangroves protect shorelines. Lakes store fresh water. Coral reefs reduce wave energy. Oceans shape climate. Rain that falls on forests may eventually enter rivers, then estuaries, then the sea. A change far inland can reach the ocean through water. A change in the ocean can return to land through weather, storms, and climate. This is why aquatic habitats are so important to the living planet. They do not stand apart from other ecosystems, they connect them. A forest depends on rain. A grassland depends on seasonal water. A desert may bloom after rare storms. A polar region depends on sea ice and marine food webs. The water cycle ties all these worlds together. And yet, aquatic habitats are vulnerable. Rivers can be dammed or polluted. Lakes can lose oxygen or shrink. Mangroves can be cleared. Coasts can be hardened or eroded. Reefs can bleach. Oceans can warm, acidify, or fill with plastic and chemical waste. Because water moves, damage does not always remain where it begins. It travels downstream, across currents, through food webs, and into the bodies of living things. Protecting aquatic environments means protecting flow, cleanliness, shelter, and connection. A river needs room to move. A lake needs clean inflow and balanced nutrients. A mangrove needs tides and mud. A reef needs clear, warm, but not overheated water. The open ocean needs healthy food webs and space for animals to migrate, feed, and breathe. From rivers to reefs, aquatic habitats show the full range of life's dependence on water. Some creatures cling to rocks against a current. Some drift as plankton. Some hide among mangrove roots. Some flash through coral branches. Some travel across the open sea for thousands of miles. Some live in darkness so deep that sunlight never reaches them. Water can be calm, violent, clear, muddy, fresh, salty, shallow, deep, frozen, warm, or black with depth. It can carve valleys, fill basins, flood plains, build coasts, carry seeds, feed forests, and hold the largest animals ever to live. It is the oldest road of life and one of its greatest homes. This final journey through aquatic environments brings the series back to the planet itself. Animal habitats are not separate chapters sealed away from one another. Forests breathe because water rises and falls as rain. Grasslands grow when seasons bring moisture. Extreme environments test life by limiting water or locking it as ice. Rivers carry the land toward the sea. Coasts receive what rivers bring. Reefs and oceans hold food webs that reach across the globe. Every creature belongs somewhere, but every somewhere is connected to something larger. A fish belongs to the river, but the river belongs to the mountain, the rain, the forest, and the sea. A coral belongs to warm, shallow water, but that water belongs to sunlight, current, chemistry, and climate. A mangrove belongs to mud and tide, but the young fish hiding in its roots may one day move into open coastal waters. A seabird may nest on land, feed at sea, and follow winds that cross entire oceans. The living world is not a collection of isolated homes. It is a network of habitats, each one shaping life and each one shaped in return. From alpine meadows to forests, from grasslands to deserts, from tundra to reefs, Earth is filled with places where life has learned the rules. Some rules are gentle, some are harsh, some reward speed, others patience. Some offer abundance, others only a brief opening. Yet everywhere, life finds a way to belong. The blue planet is not only covered in water, it is connected by water. And in that connection, the story of animal habitats becomes the story of Earth itself.